Shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Recha Kadash. Like to say, double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and blessings unto the elects of Israel. I'm the brother Dawud from the DC Church, back with another article through the Spirit and Power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. And as you can see, it's entitled, "These Outlaws Must Be Stopped." All right, and this is a quote from the Iranian FM, okay, pretty much one of the nobles of the Iranian society, okay, of their government, for lack of better terms. It says Iranian FM tears into U.S. says Mahan air jet incident could lead to disaster. All right. Now, of course, as usual, we're going to read a little bit of this, and we're also going to grab some presets. So now it reads, Iranian's top diplomat pulled no punches while slamming the U.S. for scrambling fighter jets to challenge an Iranian airliner flying over Syria. The audacious move served to compound lawlessness, he said. Mohammad Javad Zarif had some bold words for Washington, which said earlier in the day that the F-15 jet was sent to carry out a visual inspection of the Mahan Airbus A310. It also said that the flyby was to ensure the Iranian jet posed no danger to the American military base at Tanf, set up in the southern part of Syria without Damascus' consent. You see that? So what he was saying, all right, what Zarif was saying is that pretty much what happened, the incident that happened is that they were patrolling the air. They were flying to check for any threats upon the Iranian government, all right, upon Iranian territory. Okay, so they're flying over Syria, all right. And what happened was you had the U.S., okay, the U.S. military had sent shots at their jet, okay? They had sent shots at their jet, all right, almost killing or injuring lives, man, you know? And what they were saying is that they were posing no danger to the American military base, which is at Tanf in southeastern part of Syria without their consent. So America has a military base out in Syria, and they don't even have consent to be out there, and they're the ones who are shooting down these fighter jets. All right, when they're only doing inspections for their own safety, you know. So let's continue on. It says there are conflicting reports as to how many U.S. jets took part in the encounter, while the U.S. Central Command says one F-15 had approached the Mahan airplane. Some Iranian media insist that two warplanes were maneuvering in close proximity to the passenger airliners. The U.S. illegally occupies territory of another state and then harasses a scheduled civil airliner, endangered innocent civil passengers, ostensibly, to protect its occupation forces, Zarif commented on Twitter before striking a harsher tone. Audacity to compound lawlessness upon lawlessness. These outlaws must be stopped before disaster. You see that? So this is how the other nations truly feel, all right, about America, man. This is how these other nations truly feel about Esau. You know, these other nations know without a shadow of a doubt, that Esau Edom has to be the devil, man. You know, if anybody knows, they know, because they're the ones who's actually feeling the terror, okay, of these devils, man. Or they're actually feeling the anguish of these devils, okay? So through this situation, you know, this is just rising up more or bringing out more tension between the U.S. and these other nations. It says other Iranian officials have also similar language, have also used similar language when giving their takes on the incident that saw packed A310 rapidly changing altitude. Minister of Roads and Urban Development Mohammed Alam El-Lami bluntly accused the U.S. of committing a terrorist act. All right, because here's the thing, man. Everybody's a terrorist. You know, the U.S. always points the finger. All right, they point the finger at the, and of course these terrorist groups. All right, the Taliban, ISIS, they're all funded by the U.S. Okay, but here's the thing: they always pointing the finger, saying, okay, it's the Taliban, it's ISIS, it's this group that we gotta we have to go over there and we gotta protect those Iranians, when in actuality they're the ones who are killing them. Here it is, they're flying and patrolling, okay, doing something that was scheduled, all right, and you had the U.S. military basically try to shoot them down, man. So they're getting sick of the lawlessness upon lawlessness. And here's the thing, America always implements and polices the earth, but they don't abide by those same laws and rules that they impose upon these other nations. All right. And now the time is coming to where these other nations are not going to be weak anymore. OK, they're gathering up more and more nuclear arsenal. OK, and we understand that ultimately they're going to form an alliance, a joint alliance. All right. Namely Russia, China. All right. And these stronger countries, okay, to bomb this place, man. All right, to blow this place to smithereens, man. So let's continue on. It says Minister of Roads and Urban Development, Minister Alami El-Slami, bluntly accused U.S. of committing a terrorist act by attacking a passenger plane. Tehran's civil aviation authority reached out to the UN-run International Civil Aviation Organization to investigate the aerial encounter. Several passengers received minor injuries in the incident, which was filmed from inside the plane. By Thursday evening, the craft had returned safely to Tehran. All right. So that's pretty much the incident. So let's grab some precepts real quick. Okay. Let's get, of course, I want to just go straight to it. Revelation chapter 17, of course, in verse 16, and the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast, these shall hate the whore. Okay. And those 10 horns are what? 10 nations. Okay. That sat upon the beast. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Okay? Which is what? Those thermonuclear missiles, man. Verse 17, for the Most High hath put in their hearts to fulfill his will and to agree and to give their kingdom unto the beast, until the words of the Most High shall be fulfilled. You see that? So the Most High is the one who controls the hearts of these kings, these different rulers, prime ministers, whatever you have, okay, to allow them, or rather to harden their hearts to fulfill his will, man, and ultimately we understand that his will is going to be to destroy this place, man. So he's going to harden their hearts to form an alliance against this place. Let's get another precept. Revelation chapter 18 and verse 8. Therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire. For strong is the Lord power who judges her. Okay, so we understand that the judgment that's actually coming to this place is solely from the Heavenly Father. Okay, the military might, the arsenal that's being built up, all right, that's being stored away for that time. All right, all of that, okay, is all the Heavenly Father's will, man. We understand that that's all a part of the Heavenly Father's agenda. Okay. These devils think that they're going to fulfill their agenda with policing the earth, all right, with implementing the microchip, okay, with becoming the gods of the so-called new world, implementing a new world order, okay. But the Heavenly Father has his agenda, man, okay, and we understand ultimately, the Lord's word is going to reign supreme, man. So let's grab another precept. This is Isaiah chapter 34, and let's read verse 1. It says, "Come near, ye nations, to hear, and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that dwell therein, the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of the Lord is upon all nations, and his fury upon their armies. He hath utterly destroyed them, and have delivered them to the slaughter. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall be melted with their blood. And all the host of the heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and their host shall fall down as a leaf falleth from the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree." Okay, so it said that the heavens shall be rolled together, all right, which is known as what? That mushroom cloud, all right, which happens after a nuclear explosion. Okay, this is what the scriptures is prophesying about. This is what the scriptures is talking about, man. It's talking about how the Lord is going to gather all these nations, not just America, okay, but all the kings of the earth are going to move according to the will of the Heavenly Father. All right, but chiefly America is going to receive the greatest of all judgment. Now let's read verse 5. It says, for my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea." Okay, now who is Idumea? We understand that Idumea is actually the Greek word for the word Edom. Okay, all right, or Adawam in the Ibarioth in the Hebrew. Okay, now it says, "And upon the people of my curse to judgment." All right. "The sword of the Lord is filled with blood. It is made with the fatness, it is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of the lambs and goats, with the fat of the kidney of the rams. For the Lord hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea." Now, where is the modern day Basra? All right. Where are these Edomites chiefly, reigning supreme? All right. Well, truly all over the earth, All right. But the capital city, so to speak, all right, is right here in America, man. This is the modern day Basra. This is the modern day chief place of Esau, man. This is where they're able to get away with most of their wickedness. All right. Now it says what? It says, "For the Lord have a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea." Yeah, that's what I wanted on that. I'm gonna end it off on this precept right here. All right, because we understand that judgment is gonna come by way of these other nations first, and then ultimately, we understand that Yahweh Shai is gonna take out all these nations. But let's read this real quick. This is Joel chapter 3, of course, in verse 9. "Proclaim ye this among the Gentiles. Prepare war. Wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. Beat your plowshares into swords, and your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong." All right. Now, right now, the Iranians, they're looking like the weak, man. They don't have that military might. They don't have the power, okay, the structure, all right, that the U.S. has. They don't have it. They simply can't match, so to speak. They're no match, so to speak. But what? The Lord is going to build them up and allow them to store those nuclear arsenals, okay, those nuclear weapons, to be and also join in an alliance with these other countries to come against, all right, America. Verse 11, assemble yourselves and come together, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about thither, and cause thy mighty ones to come down, O Lord. Let the heathen be awakened and come down into the valley of Jehoshaphat. All right. And then ultimately we understand what? They're going to come down into the valley of Yahweh Shaphat. All right. The Heavenly Father's judgment, where the where Yahweh Shah is going to judge all these nations. Okay. Pursuant to 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter. All right. For there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. Okay. And that's pretty much the point right there. You know, so with that, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai Ba'ashem Ruach HaKodesh. Till next time, Shalom.